Good evening, FPL managers. Welcome to another episode of FPL Ambassadors Show. Raymond, how are you doing, my good friend?
I'm great. Yes, that's the game week didn't go on, so I won't talk.
We are very sorry for you. I'm sure you did another minus. You did another minus, I'm sure.
I
I've
think
looked
you know
at you. I'm
that
sure you did another minus.
I did a minus and brought in Ronaldo, and Ronaldo decided to be as a
And
captain.
the guy give you, oh,
Make
Rowland Ekuban. My goodness. Fernandez Capito.
Oh,
Hey, Charlie, talk to us.
yes,
Talk to us.
yes.
How was your game week?
Charlie, it went well. I took a gamble and it paid off, so it's good. It's been good.
Awesome.
I'm glad I could have earned more, but Charlie, half a loaf or more than half a
Greedy
loaf.
boy. Greedy boy, 100 and something points. You are asking for more.
While people are 52 with -4.
Anyway, I also did my free hit. Honestly, once I clicked the free hit, Charlie, me name Mame, because the place I had Lucas Moura 1 game week. I went to buy Madison 1 game week. That Fernandez move, it was like there was nobody to buy. So I just bought the guy. But I didn't captain him because my mind was all on Ronaldo. And Ronaldo did fine. He's there arguing Ronic and things. I didn't do anything in the game. We'll take the points like that. I think I got a green arrow. I just checked.
It's a green arrow. I can't confirm, but it's a green arrow.
I got a green arrow, which I didn't even check, by the way. But anyway, it wasn't. Honestly, if I was supposed to do a free hit, I don't think I'd have done it. But it has still given me a green arrow, so I have to take it like that. We'll just move on from there. So guys,
yes. The only sad thing is the way the FPL games are being postponed, Charlie. Because you know the Lord Land Derby was postponed after deadline, and then the Burnley game was postponed after deadline.
Burnley, dear, forget them.
Like, you know,
the Premier League
with 39, 40, 41, 42, 43.
Yeah, I understand the Premier League is going to look at the rules come February. That's after I think the international break. So
okay.
I'm sure maybe there might be some changes. I think they'll move from the fact that if you don't have 13 players available to you have to be coverage stricken, because right now teams are
just abusing the rules.
Once they don't have their best team,
somebody said, you Burnley, you sold Chris Wood, you knew you didn't have enough players, you didn't force and get replacements, and then you have used Chris Wood to postpone their.
Yeah.
As for them, the Maxwell corner is who they are waiting for.
He's Ebowen.
The place them gets the. I don't know. Kone today, so Bailey. I was just watching the highlight. So Bailey was on the bench. Zaha is not even in the first team.
Charlie.
Kone is not even in the first team.
This is what we call team, not Ghana Brasha.
Partey is on the bench for Arsenal right now.
Hey,
I laugh.
Yeah, it's serious. So it means he's going to reach and he's on the bench already.
Oh, the first flight, not to London.
Oh, okay, not bad. Somebody says Mahrez my pitcher in this game week as well, because Algeria champion is out. Okay, sure, great, not bad. So Roland, move on, let's go quickly.
Oh, okay. So, this one we've spoken extensively about it, and we are still encouraging managers to also subscribe to the channel, so that we can increase our numbers. I think we have been around 200 for quite a while. The numbers were increasing exponentially for a while. Then all of a sudden, boom. If there's something we are not doing right, or there's something we need to add on, managers, viewers, you can make us aware, so that we can also get an increase in numbers. We have them for the league already, but we don't seem to have them subscribing to the channel. I don't know what the problem is over there, but we also need our content to go further. So kindly subscribe to the channel. Yes. So we can go on.
So enough of that, and congratulations, Roland. Wow. Charlie. Hey,
Wow,
what a wow. What a wow.
That's
Charlie. Hey,
I think
104.
15, you know, overthinking lets you, do things you're not supposed to do. And that's exactly what I didn't do the previous game week. I didn't overthink. I didn't even have a team 15 minutes before deadline. And that's what usually helps me because I have players that I want in mind, but you realize that as the deadline was approaching, I don't fancy players like Mope. So even having Mope in my team should tell you that it was impromptu. I just had to put someone there because I felt Antonio wouldn't do so well. DCL, I felt he wouldn't do too well. When you're looking for whipping boys, then you end up getting twos and ones. So I felt that this time around I should go in for the double game weekers. And the only thing that put me off Kane was the fact that his game, it was being rumored that it will be cancelled. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he was my initial captain because I felt that against Arsenal and Leicester, free chop for him. So I think it's Samal Limited was one who he sent me his team. So I looked at it and I was like, I do have confidence in this Bruno Fernandes. He says, oh yeah, he has a hunch. He thinks that he'll do well. I said, okay. And I'm also hitting my free hit button. I didn't even hit it. Yes, I didn't hit it. So I asked him about Ronaldo and he said, oh, he wasn't convinced about Ronaldo. He was carrying a knock and all of that. So he doesn't feel convinced. But the fear of missing out. And again, the fear of missing out has been the issue for the three of us for the past 4 or 5 game weeks. And the truth is, we fear missing out, but we end up missing out on points, not on points lost, not on points gained. Because we're all going in for Ronaldo. He doesn't do anything. We are all scared of Salah. He doesn't do anything. We are all scared of this player. So I believe that my thinking pattern was just to get 3 Liverpool players and to get Robertson in the team. That one, it just came to me when I was just transferring in defenders. And I think that was my mistake because if I had just left him and Cancelo instead of thinking of Cucurella, I think it would have been better. And if I had Kane instead of Ronaldo, yes. So these are the petty stuff. And De Gea is very annoying because he kept losing his clean sheet towards the latter part of the game. So, but I mean, Man U, you don't know. You just can't tell. But Bruno Fernandes with 2 Fernandes goals and assists, we go take him so. So that's about it.
Those with the eyes, why are they? 71,000 rand, Charlie. Well done. You are pushing higher and higher. You are back into the top 100K.
From 200,000.
Yeah. Yes. You had more than 120K, right? Well done. 104. May we have such good scores for all of us.
Yeah.
Okay, Marvin, you were asking a question.
Sure.
Sorry?
You were asking
Whether you did a minus.
So
minus, I senior minus.
So I was saying that I was going to bring in Ronaldo to let Salah go, and then I'll bring in Ronaldo and then Lanzini. So the plan was to bring Ronaldo and then captain him, but he was he was my best captaincy shout. So I captained him, and the focus was not on the Aston Villa game, but the Brentford game. I told Roland all the while that I know against Aston Villa, even if he played, it would have been quite tight. So my focus was more on the Manchester United game, the Brentford game, at least. And then yesterday he didn't do anything. No, yesterday I was praying about Salah. I was telling Roland all throughout the week that if Ronaldo lose, he won't come and do anything. He shouldn't play because I have 11 precious points on my bench. And it's not real. That 11 points is so serious that if Ronaldo will do anything, he should not play so that at least I can have that auto star. At least I'll even take Dennis 2 points as captain. At least that one, my fan is than nothing. And Ronaldo came in, and the most painful thing for me was all throughout the week, I knew I was going to play Ignore. But just when I did the transfer very close to deadline, I just chose Watkins over him. I thought that no, it's good to take the attacking player over the defensive player, but that was a mistake that cost me very badly all throughout from Saturday out yesterday. I've been playing that my players to be benched. Somebody should be benched. Somebody should be benched, but nobody was benched. So, Charlie, you ever this? Yes. So, Marvin.
That's rather unfortunate.
Marvin, let's go to your team. Why?
Okay, when people are leaving the 200,000, some people are now entering. So yes.
Please, my rank I have dropped. Please, since you are talking about, let me show my own. Let me show my own. So I have dropped to 900 actually with Chikra, but at least I didn't go back into the millions. It's here. Marvin, continue.
Yeah, so I think I moved 100 places or 100,000 places or so with the free hits.
Yeah.
So we'll take it like that. I initially had honestly my captaincy on Kane, but when I heard that Kane's first fixture was postponed, of course, I had to move it. It was between Dennis and Ronaldo. Honestly, maybe I could do Kobia. The results would have been the same. So we have to take it like that. In America, I would have just captain Kane like that. But of course, I can't captain a single game week player over a double game week player. That would have been very unlikely. So the results have been the same. So my finance I wanted the likes of Mount and Alonso, who honestly wasted my time, and because of that, that is one of the reasons why I like the look of Robertson. So, and I think I couldn't get either Mount and Alonso with Trent in my team, so I went for Robertson with the view that I had a feeling he would do equally as good, and I think that's paid off. That Cucurella ne trust the challenge, it was just in tones because at some point, Charlie, there were no game week 2, there were no double game week playing anymore because, and the Fernandez move personally, it was a last minute whatever because I had Lucas Moura, it became a single game week. I had Madison at some point, it became a single game week, so I didn't have any other option than to go for Fernandez, and it paid off. Really, of course, it would have been better if I captained by Rowland, but I didn't have that vision. So we'll take the 80 points.
You didn't have any other options. I'm really happy.
Yeah, not serious. So the 80 points, we'll take it with a green arrow, and Charlie, we'll move forward like that.
Rowland, I hope you've noticed that you've caught up with Arku. Finally.
Yes.
All that.
I've done what?
You've caught up with Arku in the chess league.
Where am I?
You have caught up with Arku in the chess league.
Yes.
You are now tied with him at the top.
He sent a message yesterday.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
So sorry. The two of you this year is one of you.
But for the last Fernandez save. For the last Fernandez save, he would have had two additional bonus points, but because he missed a big chance, he dropped by two points in the end.
Okay, so those who are here,
had you scored it? Oh,
this is the FPL Ambassadors League. If you know you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. At a point, we would give the limit for the subscription, and if you have not subscribed by then, and we check YouTube and you haven't, when the time comes, we won't give you anything. So this thing, we have said it several times. Let's move on. So our key players for the week, it didn't go too well. Sanchez did not do well. Loris did not do well. Rowland and his Regulion. Loaded. Marvin, you're loaded.
We didn't place it. Zero.
So they dodged teams far.
Look at how the games were played this hour. By the time we realized the games were left, like only 11. The whole Madison scored. Bowen scored. Charlie Bowen is really doing a good work.
No, but Regulion gave an assist yesterday.
Charlie, sorry.
He did.
Well, I'm sorry.
Why?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Why? Josh Kane. Oh, Watford boys. We're expecting their games by and barely just messed up for us. Yeah, let's leave it there. Dennis and Ronaldo captaincy messed up. So let's move on.
2 points. 2 points.
Roland, your key players. your key players of this week.
Hand in hand. Okay. Hey. It seems I'm a bit back. It hasn't shown up yet.
Yes, you are a bit back, so don't worry.
Okay. So I think for goalkeeper, I went for Ramsdale. Let me just look at it. Okay. So for goalkeeper, I went for Ramsdale. Burnley don't show any sign of getting or climbing up the ladder for the Premier League. So I don't think that they'll get an opportunity to score. More so after selling Wood and then I think Vidra is injured. I don't know if he's back, but Max O'Connor is out. I just think that. So I just believe that Ramsdale will be on for just a 6-pointer. I don't even think he get point saves or save points, or how is it even said. Then defender, I've gone for Robertson. He outshone TA last game week, not only by points but by his play. I think I was really impressed by the way he played last week, and he had a fantastic cross in for Oxlade-Chamberlain to score.
Yes, Roland, it's not even last week. For a while now, Robertson has really been doing well. Just that because most people have Trent, nobody's actually looking at Robertson. But maybe at a point in time, we might have to think about doubling up on Robertson and then Trent. If you think that the Jota Firmino coming back might affect the Jota,
Jota,
yeah. Continue. You can continue.
Okay. So in midfield, I've gone for Saka. I was reading some stats, I think, last 2 days, and it talked about Burnley's left side of defense leaking in a lot of goals. So with Saka playing from that side of the field, it looks good for him. You can easily tell that the Arsenal machine is well oiled right now. They are looking good going forward. It's an all-round team, and with Partey back in the team, I believe that Saka will get enough points for anyone who gets him in or anyone who has him in already. Martinelli is also a good shout, but because of that left-sided, them being onto that left side mistakes, so I've decided to go in for Saka. Then forward is Watkins. I'm not too convinced about him, but he seems the go-to guy. His style of play is it's impressive, right?
Okay, but he misses chances.
He always passes the eye test. He's a lively player, but he misses many chances. That's it. He gets into good positions, and he's just like similar to Mope. He gets into good positions when the ball comes. It's like I don't know if it's a lack of concentration or whatever it is.
He reminds me of Higuain.
In the end, he ends up missing chances. But I think that yeah, exactly. That kind of player, almost all the chances fall to him, and he will score just 2 out of 10 of them. So you can tell that he keeps getting the chances. So why not give an opportunity to a player who keeps getting the chances? But if you were to go in, Ings is more clinical than Watkins is. Now you look at this Everton game with the new interim manager Duncan Ferguson. He plays straight. I mean, he's on his textbook football, right from hoofing the ball from defense to attack. So you can tell that game will be an open game. He won't defend. He will want to play a game that, how do you call it? The people who attend would have the fans. Yes, the fans will be excited about the game. They would want to put up a show, even if they concede, which I know they would, because that Michael King guy there, he should be playing in League 2 or League 1. That guy's a horrible defender. He's off. But
Roland,
yes.
So talk of the excitement of how Duncan Ferguson will play. Do you think that those who have Calvert-Lewin should still keep him?
He's a must keep because they'll be looking for him at every opportunity that he gets. Okay. Calvert-Lewin will either, he if he doesn't score, he'd assist. Now and it's a sure banker. so far as he's fit, whatever they can do to get a ball to him in the box. And that was the style of play during Ancelotti. And that was the style of play during Rafa Benitez at the beginning. I don't know why he decided to switch it up. So that is what they are used to. Get a ball to Calvert-Lewin, and that is it. And I think that with 2 weeks, playing 2 game weeks, I mean, match weeks, it will help him boost his, his confidence even after missing that penalty, and also his fitness. So it's good. Then we look at differential play. I've gone in for Coutinho. Yeah, he had a stellar performance against Man United when he came on, albeit that Man United, the defense is not good enough. But looking at this Everton defense, so I don't think Gerrard would put him on the bench again. I really doubt it. But Buendia is playing very well, so it makes it difficult for you to wonder who you drop. And it seems to me that Ings will be the casualty.
Hey,
so we should watch out for Coutinho in this game. Then my captain is Kane. So, like Marvin was saying earlier, he would have also captained Kane, but for the cancellation of the double game week, and he looked really. I didn't watch the full game against Leicester. I just came back to see highlights, and the number of chances that were created for Kane, you could tell that this is the Kane of old. He's gotten his mojo back.
Charlie.
So I enjoyed it a lot, and I think him and Lucas Moura up top really helped him. Okay, that one is up to you. So for me, I think that Chelsea is not looking at its best at all. James is out, Chilwell is out. It's looking like a defunct kind of department in their game. Even from defense to attack is looking rubbish. And with the style of play right now, Alonso was even lucky to be on for the game they played against Brighton and against Man City as well. So imagine Lucas Moura on his side, or even Bergwijn on his side. That would be, a catastrophe.
So you said Captain Kane, okay.
So I look forward to the balls being whipped in for Kane to bang in a few for me.
Okay.
His new owner. So, yes, I'm done with that. Thank you.
Well, and you are not an owner of Kane. You were just created him, so he's not still in your team. Just know that he's gone. He was just in your team for 1 week.
You doesn't even have to in the first place.
Yeah, no, and I said.
You definitely
Marvin, Coutinho. Rowland is talking about Coutinho. People are buying Coutinho. What is your advice on? Should we buy Coutinho or we should wait and see?
If you have a chance, if you have no other fires to buy, I think you should go for him. My only concern is he going to at some point he's going to start, but is it going to be this game? So I think people should go for him, honestly. My only concern is he going to start? Or will he, if he gets 60 minutes, it's Coutinho. Or even if he gets 30 minutes, but of course you want to get a player who's going to play the full game. But people can go for him. I'm really not against that Coutinho at all.
Okay, yes, there are some talks that it's possible we might have some announcement of double game week for this game week 23. It's the games that are likely to come on are going to be games for Leeds, Burnley, Rowland, your Burnley.
We don't mention Burnley over here.
Burnley and then Aston Villa. So these 3 teams.
Those who buy will buy.
Those Aston Villa, Leeds, and then Burnley. One of these. So we are just reminding managers, just wait. And it's a Friday deadline. Last week it scared many people. Some people thought it was a Saturday deadline. It's a Friday deadline. So by tomorrow, by around 6:30 GMT, you have to do it. So around 6 o'clock, if there is no news of the double game week, then you know that you just have single game weekends. But if there are double game weekends, Aston Villa most likely will have very good fixtures. So the Aston Villa guys or the Leeds guys, but Leeds there is only Rafinha there. You can't have more than Rafinha there. So Marvin, your
Harrison scored a hat-trick.
Hey, sorry. So, but we all know that the Harrison hat-trick, he will score again. Watching the Asa and Marvin, your take.
Yeah. Okay, so
Escobar is saying that he's selling Lukaku today. I wonder how he has Lukaku still in his team. Please sell him. If he likes, sell him and buy Nketsiah. Nketsiah is better.
Which one Nketsiah? Raymond Nketsiah or Eddie Nketsiah?
Okay. It's not the Arsenal. Eddie Nketsiah. It's better to know that you don't even have a player who's starting rather than a player who starts and does nothing. Please, you can sell him for Dennis, or sell him for Kane.
Okay.
And goalie, I've gone for Mesley. He's facing a Newcastle side. Newcastle, they just flatter to deceive. They are you. Charlie, I don't know what they are doing.
Playing ball or say Maximan.
Yeah, but
Mesley is well taken.
Actually, so when's the last time they scored 2 goals? Newcastle. When's the last time they scored 2 goals? Every day, 1-0, 1-0. And I think Mesley is very good when it comes to save points. So that's why I've gone for Mesley. If Newcastle should score, Chris Wood and here headers can he get? I see Newcastle, they are just buying players left, right, center. I don't even know what they are focused.
Marvin. So you see, for Newcastle, what they're actually trying to do is they want to survive. That's the key thing they want to do. Now, this guy, Callum Wilson, is not available. So they need a striker, and they need defense. So they are in the market for wing backs and then central defenders. But the fact is, sorry, let me land. Sorry, but the fact is that no proper in quotes, no proper striker or defender or will want to go to Newcastle. So they are made to settle with, let's say, some average to semi-good players who can come to there. That's how the Newcastle is. You can continue.
I understand they want Lingard. They are getting some Carlos defender. Yes. Or they should get all these players and they go on relegation. I mean, that's somebody like Coutinho playing in championship. But anyway, let's see what they do. So yeah, that's what I've gone for Messi. I just feel like Newcastle, they are just some deceptive team. And I think even if they do score, I think Messi would get some save points. I mean, defense, I've gone for Tierney. And I think there was a point in time whereby he was competing for the position with Tavares. But he made the position his own now. He's very good on the. He's very good on the. Sorry. He's very good on the wings, and he's very good going up. And I think Arsenal are likely to keep a clean sheet as well. Hopefully the game goes on. In midfield, I've gone for De Bruyne. I mean, De Bruyne is back to his best pretty much, and I feel like against the Southampton side, he's really going to dictate the play once again. For the forward, I've gone for Calvert-Lewin. As Roland said, I think with the whole manager bounce with Ferguson, I think they are going to move back to a more direct play. I think the Everton players are going to be up for it. And I think Calvert-Lewin is going to be among the goals. It looks like an open game for me against Aston Villa. Back against his former side, I think it's going to be an entertaining game. And that's why I've gone for him. For differential, I've gone for Barnes. I think it's going to be another exciting game. Brighton are good defensively, but they're actually not keeping clean sheets, funny enough.
Sure.
So I feel like Barnes didn't start the previous game, and I think he has a shout to start in this game, and that's why I've gone for him. And I think once he even came on, he got an assist right away. So that's why I've gone for Barnes. Captaincy, I've gone for Dennis just because the Norwich game looked very sumptuous. And then, yeah, it looked like a very sumptuous game. Because they just played one game and they didn't play two, we couldn't really get a good look at them holistically. But looking at the past performances from Dennis, I think if there's going to be a goal, which I think definitely is going to be, I think it's going to come through him. And of course, Pedro has been doing well for Watford recently as well. So I think he's one to look at, but I'll go for Dennis.
Okay, Marvin, Bands, would you also consider Daka, Patson Daka?
Yeah, I actually considered Daka as well. I mean, I actually had Daka there, and I changed it to Barnes just because I don't know. I just felt like maybe with Brendan Rodgers, I think he's getting a lot of people back from injury, so he's getting a lot more options, which means that he can really do a lot of rotation with his team. So that's why I've gone for Barnes. It's possible that Daka and Barnes will even play together. So, but I eventually I was really play for Bruyne, but I just went to Barnes.
Okay. So for midfield you have Kevin De Bruyne. Actually, I'm saying Kevin De Bruyne is coming back to the De Bruyne that we know. If managers don't have the money to get De Bruyne, would you recommend?
I'm just taking a call quickly. Okay.
Okay,
so
sure.
I'll
No
just
problem.
myself.
You don't worry. So Roland, would you recommend Sterling or Foden if they can't get De Bruyne, or you think that De Bruyne is still the go-to guy in the team?
De Bruyne is too expensive for the points that he's giving us, right? Maybe you can compare it to last season's Bruno Fernandes, right? He was getting points almost every game week, so it was justifiable to keep him. But it doesn't look the same with De Bruyne. With the City team, any one player can just come up with a goal. So it's not like, yes, he's good for assists, but it doesn't look so good for goals for me. That's how I see it. Even though he's getting back to his best, getting in the right positions and all of that, I would rather spend less on a City midfielder, maybe a Gundogan, a Foden. Yes. Bernardo Silva, I mean, I think his time is up. So if you have him and you can sell him, go and make a sideways move to Foden, that's fine.
Okay. So
but
even though
think?
De Bruyne, yes, okay. So even though De Bruyne is doing what you are saying, that the cash, if you get De Bruyne, it's going to be difficult. Much more when Salah is coming just next week. Just next week, Salah is coming. But what about, City have three very good games. They are playing Southampton, Brentford, and Norwich. These are games they can either spark the engine, or they'll still play those 2-0 moderate. How do you see those games against Southampton away, Brentford and Norwich? Do you think that it will be a goal fest, or do you think that they'll manage a result like that?
Against a team like Southampton is a difficult nut to crack. You don't know what kind of team Southampton will come up with. You don't know how they'll show up for the day. That game is not an easy game for Man City at all.
Okay.
If they were playing at Etihad, it would have been different, but they are playing at the home of Southampton, St. Mary's. So that makes it a bit dicey, because I remember last season or so, the one where Shea Adams scored the long range goal.
Yes.
So this season has become very much unpredictable, but I don't want to put it that going for midfielders, going for scorers. I'd rather be looking at defenders, because when Man City goes on these ones, I'm advocating for another defender. Just have one midfielder and attacker, and have two defenders. So you're going for Laporte. So Laporte or Diaz and Cancelo, right? Laporte has been in a lot of games, and today I saw a meme talking about everyone saying, "Oh, Laporte is nailed." Yesterday, Laporte is nailed. Then all of a sudden, he gets dropped for the next 3-4 games, because Pep has come on Twitter and has seen that people are talking about the fact that Laporte is nailed. So it is something we have to watch out for. I think Diaz was benched for the last game, and I don't think for the next 3, 4, 5 games he'll be benched again. But the only thing is his attacking output is not as good as Laporte's. You see, Laporte is always in and around the box. If Stones was a mainstay in the team, I would prefer Stones to Diaz, because Stones, every corner he's there, he's heading, and the chances keep falling to him. So I'd rather go for a double up in defense than looking at spending so much money on De Bruyne in attack.
Much less when you have to free up cash in the middle for Salah, because Salah is coming the next week.
Precisely so.
Okay, Roland, your team. Move. Let's go. What's your plan for this week? This is your default team from 21. That is why it is there. So this was your team before the free hit. So what is looking at this team? What will you do?
Yes. I have for now. I'm thinking about three things. Okay. If I get Robertson, I'll be blocking the Salah move. Okay. So it means that I have to look elsewhere. If I sell Son, I can buy Rafinha. Then I can take out Antonio for Kane.
Okay.
That's one option. That's another option. So two. Or I can just do a De Bruyne or a Bruno Fernandes move in just one move. So these are the options that I'm looking at. Alonso is the one block. My defense is not looking too good. But so long as I have a player, I'm okay.
Okay. So if you are doing De Bruyne or Fernandes, the next week you are selling one of that player for Salah, right? Roland.
Yes, I have enough money for that.
Okay. So it's either that way but is it possible that if you buy Robertson, then you would rather sell Jota to get in Salah next week so that you have the double up of Liverpool's defense and then have Salah?
Okay, I haven't looked up the fixtures for Liverpool yet. Okay, apart from me knowing that they play Crystal Palace, I don't know the next games that they have. If they look fair big, I mean, it's a possibility.
Roland. Liverpool are playing Crystal Palace, Leicester, Burnley, Norwich. Crystal Palace, Leicester, Burnley, Norwich over the next 4 games.
Oh.
Yes. Crystal Palace, Leicester.
Yeah, so you've also given me an idea. Yes, you've given me an idea. So that also sounds good. So it can be one thing that I can look at. So in that case, if I get Robertson, my money will not be enough to get me. Okay, it'll be enough to get me Fernandes. But Fernandes, is he a player I really want? That's something else. So I'll also have a look at it and see. Because if I'm to sell Jota the following week, that means I'm taking another -4.
So don't buy Fernandes. So don't buy.
But
Fernandes.
My mind is on Kane for this
week. One this week. Okay, Kane. Okay. If your mind is on Kane and you think that Kane will do well against Chelsea, then make that move. I think that's the best thing. Or Marvin, what do you think? If he thinks Kane will do the job against Chelsea, or you don't think he will do the job against Chelsea, Marvin?
No, please. I think it's a waste of a transfer. Why are you playing Kane against Chelsea? Why? Is it a direct transfer? Is going to take a hit too?
He will do it. He will actually take a hit.
So you bring Kane for Antonio and then who else?
So Son for Rafinha.
Then Son for Rafinha.
I wouldn't do it. If it was a one move, fine. You are talking as if Antonio can score against your team.
What? Signing to Man U.
Oh, he can. He can. Also, for the can.
Well, he can't do it. If it was a smooth forward, he would have done it. But for his, that's not the only.
Well, and your team, you player confused. This is my team. A team at 985,000 rank.
Hey, yeah, Captain Cancelo. Yeah. When Dennis is there playing Norwich.
My original captain.
James Ward-Prowse free kick. Yeah.
But after watching Watford against Newcastle, I was like, no, this thing it can backfire against Norwich. And if he doesn't score in the first game, I'll cry.
But they are playing home. That game was away. Newcastle needed a win.
I know. I'm just saying, if it backfires on Friday, I'll cry even what my body have to Sunday last match. So I'm just looking at it there. I don't trust Ronaldo. I don't trust
Dennis on a triple. Don't make this mistake.
Marlvin. Okay. Yo. So Dennis on the hat trick, but I'm captaining Cancelo. My plan for this week is I want to bring in Laporte, as I was saying, double up the Chelsea defense. So James will finally go, and I'll bring in Laporte. James on the bench will go, and I'll bring in Laporte. That is one. Or I'll bring in Lucas Digne, and then I'll bring in Lucas Digne, and then I'll bring in Rafinha. So Lanzini will go, and I'll bring in Rafinha. Maybe the Rafinha move, I might not do it. I'll just do the Lucas Digne, and then I'll move on. And then next week, Salah comes in directly to replace Son. So that is how it is. Ronaldo Ronaldo is going to stay in my team for quite a while. And I was thinking about saying, but he might stay the team for about four game weeks. And then when the double game week pictures are coming, I can start using him to buy other players. So that is what I'm thinking. So that is for my team. Marvin, I know you don't want to talk about my team.
Oh, look, you look solid, though, Charlie. You're solid.
Oh, yeah, I catch up. Why you look solid?
The team is solid, but I don't see
2022. I bind all the demons that will be solid and no point. Now I want solid and points. Solid and points. Solid and points.
You even have Lanzini on the bench. I didn't even see
Lanzini on the bench.
Anyway.
The Lanzini
But
was the guy who came
just
to block my
to burst your bubble, just to burst your bubble, I'm thinking that Lanzini will even get a goal. Lanzini can easily get a goal.
He can get the goal on the bench. That one is not a problem. He can
for the game.
I know is he nailed? Is it Marcel there or something? Or
no. I know it's actually nailed. So what happened was Marcel was the original guy, and Aït-Nouri overtook him. I mean the pecking order. And then Aït-Nouri got injured. So when Aït-Nouri got injured, Marcel had a chance to come back. So Aït-Nouri is back from injury. So now that I think Aït-Nouri had COVID or injury. So now that he's back, Aït-Nouri is playing, and Marcel goes back to the bench. So I that is how I might play. So if Digne comes, I might go like that. I won't play Alonso against Tottenham. I won't try that. The way the Chelsea guys are misbehaving. So I'll play either a 4-3-3, or if Rafinha comes, then I'll play a 3-4-3. Ronaldo should do something, please. West Ham, Fabianski, please allow Ronaldo to score some goal before me. Marvin, your team.
Honestly, two things.
But why are you captaining?
I said I'm captaining Cancelo.
I think it's Captain Cancelo. I can't use
error.
I said that.
Yeah, so two things I'm thinking about. Number one is I'm honestly hoping Dalot plays. If Dalot plays, I'll honestly not do a transfer because international break is coming, which gives me 2 free transfers to roll into the international break and just play whatever players I have. Second option is possibly to bring in a defender because I'm low on defenders. If Dalot doesn't play, that means I'll have 10 players and there's not even a year and I'm forcing myself to have 10 players and I don't want that. So I might look to bring in a defender. People are talking about Lukadin, but currently I'm not convinced unless I haven't looked too much into it because I like clean sheets. I prefer clean sheets to attacking returns from a defender. And Aston Villa, I'm just not convinced of them keeping clean sheets at the moment. However, I may need to change strategy because I don't know which other defenders are. I mean, Laporte and things, I have to look at them unless I haven't delved too much into it. But I think I need to make a defensive change just in case I end up just having 10 players on the pitch. So those are my key areas.
So most likely Salah is this is your team before the previous week.
Okay, yeah, because I have Foden. I was like, what's Salah doing
there? Yes.
Yeah, Foden in my team.
The
Foden is place of Salah, of course. And that's why I said I don't need to make. I'm hoping I don't need to make a transfer so that I can roll it into the international break, and then I get a clear picture.
So most likely you are keeping Salah till he comes back next week.
Yeah,
so managers who have Salah don't sell him, just keep him, and then next week he's in your team, so that you don't have to.
If I play 3-4-3, I don't see why I should sell. What am I selling?
Yes. Okay, sure.
But anyway,
So
you never know.
are you captaining? Are you captaining Foden?
Possible, but I like the Dennis move. Oh. Me telling me the first game doesn't. I don't fear it. So I like the Dennis. The honest truth is, this game weekend, I promise. Aside Antonio and De Gea, the captaincy can go anywhere.
Okay.
Dennis Jota Gray Watkins who else? I think is a bit too open. That's why Charlie, I missed the
Salah.
captain. You captain Salah and then Charlie, you are finished.
You
So
captain Salah.
you captain Salah and then you are finished. So yeah, so I think it's a bit open this game. I'm looking at Dennis, but it can quickly change because if you're watching me, that's sorry, I make us a Charlie and Koye. Then I'll change it.
Okay.
So I think Dallo has looked solid. I think you can captain him.
I should captain with Dallo. Promise captain Dallo against Antonio.
He's looked very solid.
Mind games. No mind games. It's mind games. Mind games.
Apart from, that's what I say, apart from De Gea, Antonio, and somebody like Dallo, anybody else, Charlie.
Can be
captaincy option. The captaincy can go there.
So just key point before we go. This game week might tend to be a double game week if the fixtures are announced, but if it's not announced, then it'll be a normal game week. So don't do your transfers. Friday deadline tomorrow at 6:30. So by tomorrow afternoon, you should be able to know whether we are having a double or not. If not, then you make your moves, and then if possible, you can get your bench at least. As you are saying, we can have postponement of games. The Burnley game against Arsenal might be postponed. But it looks like the COVID cases are coming down now, so we can have some kind of stability now as well. So that is it there. We hope the best for managers. So captaincy, Dennis, or any player, because the fixtures there's no clear cut fixture except the City fixture. But if the City fixture is away, it's not at Etihad. Rowland, what's your captain? Captaincy. I'm not talking about the wish list too. Marvin,
me?
Stop talking about that. Rowland, captaincy for this week. Captaincy shout.
Captain. If who do I even have? DCL looks the probable for me right now.
So it's more like this week is an open captaincy. So whoever you think will be able to get the points, then you make the captaincy there. Okay, well done there. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
So
simple and
simple and TT. Okay, great. So all the best to everyone. As we have said, it's a Friday deadline. Everybody check. Last week, some people did not realize it, and just wait to see if there will be any new information as well. Let's help grow the channel. We are on Twitter at FPL Ambassadors, on Instagram at FPL Ambassadors Show. We are on Twitter at Raymond Nketsiah at Ray Nkets, Rowland Ekuban at Rowland Ekuban, and Mr. Owusu at Mr. Owusu. That is Marlvin Owusu, Softskirt Manitoba over there. So glad to have you all here. We would get ready for the international break and join you all somewhere after the international break, where we will welcome back Pema captain Mo Salah. So those of you praying that Salah should be knocked out, please let him get to quarterfinals at least for Ballon d'Or campaign. So boys, you see? Okay, so any final words before you go?
Not from me.
Not from you. Okay, great then. Okay, so all the best to everyone. We'll meet the next time on Thursday, usually as well, Thursday 7 p.m. And don't forget to do your deadline, your transfers and everything as well. Okay, bye Marvin. Bye managers. See you, and share the video as well. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Like it as well.